Yeah, man, say all praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. And the brothers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, shalom to all our brothers. I'm out there pushing truth in all sincerity and in all honesty. You know, we are basically, I'm from the Jamaica camp. You know, I'm out here in Portland, Portland. You know, and this evening, we want to another video on what really take place. So I'm now basically America now, because you know, you have a lot of rioting taking place now in America, looting and all these things. You see, because them claim to say because of the whole George Floyd killing you, murder. You see me, all these things are, but you see me on a higher level, it's all the doings of the Heavenly Father. You see, because we know the time now when this society, you see me, are about to get destroyed. You see me, so the Heavenly Father basically keep on now, increase as the day go by. Because if you notice, from the year start, you know, a lot of things been happening. Straight up to this time, 2020, you see me, without a doubt, is a year of prophecy. You see me, the scriptures speak all these things, 2 Ezra 15 and 16 speak about all these things that will take place. Looting, rioting and all these things, Go on.
And you know, really, okay, I say this, is that when you see these things happening, man, we as men of the Lord supposed to have a great feeling inside our women. We see these things that come to pass. Because hey, the scripture said the words of the Most High, they are faithful and they are true, man. And these are things where, as they say, the scripture been speaking about. And hey, from the apostles and elders of Great Millstone come on down, been speaking about these things to come through the Spirit and power of the Lord Yahweh for years, man. Because even though them out there and them saying, hey, these things are caused by, hey, we know, agent provocateurs and such, involved. But as they say, it is in the spirit and the power of the Lord Yahweh when you see all these things happen. Meaning, you know, our salvation is near, man. And it's a great thing, it's a great sign.
Alright, this is Isaiah 46 and starting at verse 9. It says, remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh.
Remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh. Go on.
And there is none else.
There is none else. Go on.
I am Yahweh, and there is none like me.
I am Yahweh, and there is none like Yahweh. So, the ancient of days. Go on.
So declaring the end from the beginning.
So the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, declaring the end from the beginning, because it's a free move here. You see, every single thing we're taking place right now on the earth is all in the doings of the Heavenly Father, both the good and also the evil. So the Heavenly Father declared the end from the beginning. This is the Lord Yahweh movie. Go on.
So, and from ancient times.
And from ancient times, that the prophecies them were basically written from ancient times. Go on.
The things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
So the Heavenly Father said, I'm going to do all in pleasure. See, so everything will basically taking place on the earth is all in doings of the Heavenly Father. Revelation 4 and 11. Say all things happy. Bring on Revelation 4 and 11, brother.
This is Revelation.
No.
This is Revelation 4 verse 11. He said, thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power. For thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created.
For
He said,
for thy pleasure,
God,
for the Heavenly Father pleasure, they were created.
Were created, yeah.
God. So everything basically, you know, in all the doings of the Heavenly Father. So we say take place now, it's all doings of the Heavenly Father, because ultimately Bible prophecy have come to pass. And this year, as we have said without a doubt, is the year of prophecy. You know, two things that we see take place. It's like first year we have so much things happening, continually. Constantly, back to back, man. Straight through.
And it's been more, it get more intensified.
As the day go by.
As the day go by, man.
And as the weeks go by. Go on.
Go on. Proverbs 21 verse 30 says, there is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against the Lord.
None.
As the scripture says, man, there is nothing against what the Lord do, man. What the Lord purpose, nothing can add and nothing can take away from it.
God. Nothing can put to it and nothing can take away.
Yeah. So this is the Lord's purpose, man. See? So all these people you see out there, man, even if it's the agent provocateurs bringing out all of these things, see? You have news coming out say white supremacists kicking it off, man. Then it's all in the power of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yoshai. He said, Scripture said the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord, and him turn it whichever way he want. Like the rivers of water, man. See? So basically it's the Lord, man. Scripture said the Lord create the wicked for the day of evil, man. See? Yeah?
Alright, 2 Ezra 9 starting at verse 3 said, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of people in the world.
Start at 1, matter of fact, start at 1.
2 Ezra 9 starting at 1, he said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou hast seen parts of the sign pass, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand.
Then thou shalt understand this is part of the signs pass. This is what Heavenly Father basically told us before. If we look for the prophecies that will take place, go on, then we are going to understand. We are going to understand, go on.
That it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Go on, so we see, without the time now, Heavenly Father going to visit the world. You have a scripture in I think Isaiah 29 and 6. So thou shall be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and with lightning. Can you bring it out?
Isaiah 29 verse 6.
It's Isaiah 29 verse 6 says, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise.
And great noise, go on.
With storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire.
And flame of devouring fire. A lot of places in America burning you. See, they're all in the doings of the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father want to basically, bring forth all these things, because these things have happened in order for basically Bible prophecy fulfill. You all go back to Bible prophecy. Go on.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of people in the world.
Uproars of the people in the world, like what takes place right now in America. Go on.
Said, then shall thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Even from the beginning, yo. You see, because everything was predestined.
Hey, I want to talk about uproars of the people. We can see not just in America this has taken place. This has been taking place across the world. Even from last year coming up, man. You have places like France, see? Another place where have the most rioting. See? Like from last year straight, France are riot. Even the government in France say if nobody posts or put anything on social media about what's going on in France right now, then them gonna get charged. Like what, 15,000 euro? Yeah. So basically a lot we are Hong Kong. A lot of uproars been going on in Hong Kong just probably a week or so before what start take place in America, man. So these are signs at the end, man.
Uproars in Chile also.
Run.
Yeah.
Yeah, food right. Charge of food. We don't video last week on it, I believe.
This is an article from RT News, published the 30th of May 2020. Here a prophecy. It says here, National Guard to be fully mobilized in Minnesota.
Fully mobilized. Go on.
In Minnesota, as Governor Brand's George Floyd protest attack on civil society.
Attack on civil society.
Man.
As people say, the law is going to be basically can I bring up scripture?
Isaiah 15.
10 off 5.
Bring it back in.
Yeah, go on.
Isaiah 10 verse 5 says, O Assyrian, the rod of mine hunger.
The rod of mine hunger, the rod of who for hunger? The Heavenly Father, Yahweh. The mother of the Assyrians are basically so-called white people. So you have ancient Assyrian and put a lot of hell on how people going back then. And this time around, the mother of the Assyrian are basically so-called white people. So people say, oh Assyrian, the rod of mine hunger. The rod of who for hunger? The Heavenly Father hunger. Go on.
And the staff in their hand is mine indignation.
And the staff in their hand, the power in their hand is the Lord indignation. Go on.
I will send him against an hypocritical nation.
So Heavenly Father said I'm going to send him against an hypocritical nation, talking about our people. Yo. You see, the biggest hypocrites, yo. They come to basically Bible. One of them say they love the Heavenly Father, and the other them do all different type of wickedness, yo. Because people say, you're supposed to follow the laws. The reverse righteous acts to the best of your ability, according to Judges 5 and 11. You see, but those people want to set things out of their mouth. You see, me, and they can't fool Heavenly Father. All them love God. My God now make me suffer, like all these artists have to sing. I'm out here in Jamaica. But when if you do, according to what scripture said, they don't have to do it, yo.
Can.
But to do good, they don't have the knowledge. Can.
Says, and against the people of my wrath would I give him a charge to take the spoil.
So a lot of old people are going to get put to death, yo. According to the Bible prophecy, a lot of old people are going to get put to death, especially in the land of America. One.
And to take the prey and to tread them down.
And to tread them down, so the military are going to destroy a lot of old people. A lot of them going to get run over by even military vehicles. What?
Like the mire of the streets.
Exactly. Are we in that time right now, yo? So we're in a time when these prophecies come to pass, in full effect. What?
It says the governor of Minnesota has pledged to fully mobilize the National Guard, saying that the protests that have gripped the states are no longer about death of George Floyd, but rather an attack on civil society. See? The situation in Minnesota is no longer in any way about the murder of George Floyd. It is about the attacking civil society, installing fear and disruption in our great city, Governor Tim Walz said during press conference on Saturday. See, our great city, man. Bible tell you about that Babylon great city.
Violence, so that great city. Babylon be thrown down.
Can.
Yeah, can I bring it to Revelation 29, 18 and 20, man? I think.
This is Revelation 18, verse 21. Verse 21, it says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be trodden down.
Thus with violence shall the great city Babylon, which is America, be thrown down. Go on.
And shall be found no more at all.
Go on. See, so according to the scripture, America going to get destroyed by violence. People say,
spiritually Sodom and Egypt, man.
Gone, exactly. America is on the mother in there, Sodom, and also Egypt.
That's what Ahmad brought us Sunday. It says, Walz said he arrived at the decision to fully mobilize the National Guard for the first time in Minnesota. In Minnesota's history.
Gone first time. So she say, hey, we need time now when some serious shit going to happen here. You see, because the Lord basically, I pump it up more and more, or increase it more and more as the day go by. See, the article said the first time. You see, bring out Revelation 12 and 12, brother.
Hey, and basically, hey, when leave road yesterday, we go home in the evening, fell asleep, and wake up back in the night, man. I want to check it out, man. It was just like a few events that take place in America, mainly Minnesota, and no of violence now going. But I check the news further on the night, man. It spread, man. It starts spread all over America,
like
man.
wildfire.
American
destruction, man.
All the way to Florida, yeah. When you look, you see Atlanta, them start storm CNN Center, and all them places, man, are burned, police station, all of them stuff are going, man. See? Hey, this is a beautiful thing in our spirit, man, for the men of the Lord, man. See?
Well, I'm going to bring it on.
You see, Revelation 12, verse 12 says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. And the word woe means what? Destruction or suffering. You see, bring out, sit there for me, brother, Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 1. Bring out a scripture.
This is Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 1. It said, to everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
And a time to every purpose under the heavens. What?
It said, a time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which was planted.
And the time to pluck up that which is planted, which was planted. So-called white man's time, basically so-called white man get root up. You see, me get booted from out of rulership at that time period living right now. That's the reason why all these things taking place here. Go on.
My kingdom is at hand, man.
Destruction and kingdom. Go on.
Say a time to kill and a time to heal.
Go on.
A time to break down and a time to build up.
Go on.
A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance.
A time to weep and a time to dance. Go on.
Say a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing.
Go on.
A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away.
Go on.
A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak.
A time to keep silent and a time to speak. And now we're at the time now, is the one who basically supposed to speak, yo.
Scripture said the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak.
And not like, and as people say, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall not never hold their peace day or night. He that make mention of the Lord, keep not silent. When that time we're supposed to speak, you supposed to push this truth to the best of the ability of Yahweh Shemir shall give us. You see me with your part of the war,
Yeah.
Alright.
No.
What? Jump to it.
Well, I read to each. A time to love and a time to hate.
A time to love and a time to hate. Go on.
Say a time of war.
A time of war. We live in a time of what? A time of the Third World War, destruction.
Gone.
A time of famine. You know? Mass death. A time period we live in right now.
And a time of peace.
Gone. We're in a time of peace, yo.
It's not peace,
You
man.
must say, after destruction cometh and they shall seek peace and there shall be none. Because we're in a time of peace now, we're in a time of war. What?
Mischief upon mischief.
Third World War, destruction.
Back
What?
in Revelation 12 verse 12 says, Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea,
Gone.
for the devil is come down unto you
For
having
the
great
devil
wrath.
is come down unto you. Who is the devil? The so-called white man is the devil. Yo. Come down unto you. Come down unto who? Our people. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. Having great wrath. The scripture says great wrath.
Gone.
So you're going to destroy a lot of our people. Yo. A lot of our people going to get put to death according to the scripture. Yo. Go on.
Hey, I'm basically, even if Jake going out there having a peaceful protest, man, this man are going to send in
Agent.
him agents, man, to do what them supposed to do.
Gone.
See? That him can blame you people.
Gone.
He come at you, man, with his full wrath, man.
And,
That's what's going to happen, man.
And you see them being exposed.
Gone.
Like the policeman from
Policeman.
St. Paul.
Gone.
And a next one, we're in one of them FBI wires there, where they always having in their ears.
Gone.
Violate the protests. You see me? You see them are being exposed. Continue says, having great wrath because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
So so-called white man knows that them time is up here. The banking elites, you see me, the Rothschild family, you know, the wicked rulers of the society, them know them time is up. So them are basically go all out on our people, yo.
She's right,
See,
man.
Them are go all out, you know. He said now basically give over in kingdom to, or give over the power. So, them are go all out, yo. So, and that's the time period we live in right now, yo. When them are going to show them true color. So this way take place in America and not yet, yo. There are way more worse things there ahead, according to Bible prophecy.
Hey.
What?
And I'm not going to be fearful, man.
Go on.
Because scripture, hey, just like how the Most High harden fear of heart, he might harden the so-called white man heart, man. To do him have to do. That's him can come, man. Hey, because guess what? I know we are going to deliver ourselves of our own, man.
We can't deliver ourselves. We
And
can't
the
save
Lord
ourselves.
Yahweh Shai to come deliver women. So all who feast them can't go up against the so-called white man and feast them are going to come out victorious. Hey, you're wrong, man.
Done.
See? Without the Lord by our side, we're not going to make it, man.
Done.
See?
Yeah, man. Finish? Huh? Jump in this corner. Article?
In the memory.
This is Psalms 31, verse 1 says, Indeed, O Lord, do I put my trust.
Done. Indeed, O Lord, will we put our trust. You see, because the only way to this coming destruction we are approaching right now, you know, it's through Yahweh Shemir Shai. No other way. There's no other way you can get delivered. You know, from the time we are approaching right now. What?
It says, Let me never be ashamed, deliver me in righteousness.
Done.
Bow down thy ear to me, deliver me speedily. Be thou my strong rock, for an host of defense to save me.
Gone.
For thou art my rock and my fortress. Therefore my name's sake, lead me and guide me. Pull me out of the net that they have set, they
Gone.
have laid privily for me.
Gone. The so-called white man trap you when set you. Scripture says basically them set trap privily, privately. Go on.
For thou art my strength. Into thine hand I commit my spirit. Thou hast redeemed me, O Lord, power of truth. I have hated them that regard thine vanities, but I trust in the Lord. I will be glad and rejoice in thy mercy, for thou hast considered my trouble. Thou hast known my soul in adversities, and hast not shut me up in the hand of the enemy. Thou hast set my feet in a large room.
It says, finish that, bro. Just get back to the article here. It says, the development is expected to see all the Minnesota Army National Guards, 11,000 guardsmen deployed to violence hotspots around the state. It says Floyd's death at the hands of police in Minneapolis on Monday has unleashed a wave of protests in cities across the United States. All different cities, man.
It's a spread now.
In many places, the demonstrations have descended into riots and complete with widespread destruction of property and looting. It says Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey echoed Wall's comments, saying that the demonstrations in the city on Tuesday were largely peaceful and organized by local residents. However, he added that the dynamic changed over the course of the week and claimed that those responsible for the violence that has gripped Minneapolis is in recent nights are not from the city. So most of the men that must start the whole rioting and violence in the city, men, are not from the city. So basically he's sending him agents, men. So them can do them thing. So them can
justify themselves
to come at you people, man.
And shoot them down, shoot them all people.
So when the military come out, the military is gonna do what them get command to do. Kill a lot of you people, man.
Is Isaiah 32 verse 7 says, the instruments also of the church are evil. He devised wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words.
So supposed to devise wicked devices to destroy the poor or destroy our people. So-called Negroes and Latinos and Native American Indian. You see, because Esau, Edom, that's how them roll you. Them always basically want to control the narrative of every single thing. You know, what do you want to basically fund in the world Black Lives Matter? George Soros, yo. So the so-called white man been using even our people, you know, to basically do things so them can basically justify themselves, you know, to basically pass certain legislation, you see me, are running for our people.
Hey.
Go on.
See, we just have a breaking news. It says Los Angeles declares curfew as George Floyd protests descend into chaos. See? So as we go through the day, at the minutes, hey, the violence has spread more and more in different cities, man. It says Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti has imposed a curfew from 8 p.m. to ensure the safety of all citizens after massive anti-police brutality and protests erupt in clashes and rioting. See? The massive demonstration organized by the Black Lives Matter activists. Activists.
As I mentioned, about George Soros.
Yes. Were initially peaceful. However, the situation on the ground remained tense, and the rallies descend into clashes with the police on Saturday afternoon. So see it? So this is happening. As we're speaking, man.
Right.
So new violence been breaking out. See? Take another last man.
Which one?
15. Yeah, jump. Start one and jump down. 15. Then one. And jump down.
One?
Bring it.
The second is just 15 verse 1. It said, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
And that's how we are doing right now. Speaking in the ears of the Lord's people are the word of prophecy.
which I will put in thy mouth, and say the Lord. Jump down 14.
Cause him to be written in paper, you finish.
Oh, so okay. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
For the word of the Heavenly Father is what? Faithful and true.
Man.
What?
So fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the infidelity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. 14. Yeah. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
People say, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Go on.
For the sword and their destruction draw it nigh.
For the sword and their destruction draw it nigh. We are witnessing that right now. Yo. Destruction of the society is very close. You know, based on the things that we basically been seeing happening, is the throughout this area. Go on.
And one people shall stand up to fight against another.
One people shall stand up to fight against another. You see, you have a class war, also race war. See, you have Jake and some so-called white people join with Jake. You know, so-called Negroes them. So them a protest. You know I look bad for them there. You see, so you know we go on like them they're with them.
They don't want Jake turn upon them like that, man.
Hey, what scripture say? You have one people stand up fight against another. So ultimately they're gonna have also race war. You see, because they're also part of our prophecy. Go on.
And swords in their hands.
And a weapon in their hands. Go on.
For there shall be sedition among men.
For there shall be what? Sedition among men. Yo. People coming up against them government. Yo. Come up against the state. like what take place now. Yo. You have a protest and the people are protest about, in America. And you have to come up against the military. Or basically the guard, National Guard. As the brother read the article earlier. Go on.
Say, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Invading one another, so they invade one another. Looting, you. Is it? Go on.
Say, they shall not regard their kings nor prince, and the courses of their actions shall stand in their power.
The courses of their actions shall stand in their power. They shall not regard their kings nor princes or their leaders.
Hey, so basically, you see them, the article coming out, so them storming the White House. See? Them attacking the White House too, man. And that's where that's the presidential palace. See? So as the scripture says it right, man, them not gonna regard them kings are princes, man.
Yeah.
The president, them governors. See? Whosoever have governance over them, and them not gonna regard them. See? A man gonna draw for whatever him can use to defend himself, man.
People start to get scared, so you can't, you know, a lot of people gonna get shot. What?
You know,
I finish.
More. No, say not finish. Say, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Good. You have quarantine places locked down, your cities, borders. What? Hold for lockdown. What?
For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid.
Men shall be afraid, yo. And people start to basically get scared, you know, because of what takes place. Places are burned, and these people, business stations get destroyed. People started scared out of it,
yeah.
And that get way more worse on this.
Because of them kids and all of that, man.
A man shall have no pity on his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
But a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor because of what? Short of food, because of the lack of bread, yo. And for great tribulation. Some people are going to hunt you. There are people are hunt already in America, looting. In America right now. Hey, we have way more worse things than that, yo. You see me where they are head or take place.
Precept?
Yeah, man.
This is Matthew 24 and verse 6. It says, and ye shall hear, of wars and rumors of wars. And see that ye be in a trouble, for all these things must come to pass.
All these things must come to pass. All the prophecies them must come to pass. What?
But the end is not yet.
See?
For nation shall rise against nations, and kingdoms against kingdoms. See? And there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, man. See? I just want to get another word. Nations. It says, for nations shall rise against nations. The Greek word there for nations is ethnos. Alright? It says a multitude of men are said these associated are living things together. A company of troops, swarms. Zin. Down here it says a multitude of individuals.
A company of troops, swarms.
Yes.
Swarms here.
Zin. Swarm. It says a multitude of individuals of the same nature are genus, which mean are the genus are the same genes. Zin? Go back to men. A tribe, nation, people, group. Zin? So basically when you say nations against nations, zin, it basically going at tribes, tribe of people against another tribe of people, man. Zin? So it's basically that's how people go against people, man. Zin? Alright. It says let's get back to scripture. You can.
This is Habakkuk 2 verse 3 says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
At the end it shall speak and not lie. And over there at the end of the world, you. It's based on the prophecies them were taking place right now at the end of the world. People say Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. So people say at the end it shall speak and not lie. So the prophecies them speaking right now. I remember I read the scripture earlier and I say the word of the Heavenly Father is what? Faithful and true. Continue, brother.
It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
All the prophecies them happen, man. A major prophecy that we're waiting for to happen right now is the implementation, the mandatory implementation of that RFID microchip, man. And the narrative is there for it to come to pass, man. See? The narrative is clearly there for it to come out. See?
And also World War III. At least the flap. Draw them out.
It says, 2 Ezra 16 and verse 17, it says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days. See? It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear.
God, all the leaders are going to stand in fear. You.
It says, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? We know. Turn to the Lord. We are under the shadow of the Almighty, man. By cleaving unto this word, man. Scripture says, your wisdom and knowledge shall be the strength and stability of thy time. See? And the scripture says, a prudent man foreseeth evil and hideth himself, man. And what we hide ourselves? We hide ourselves under the wings of the Most High, the power. Is it? Under our power, man. Which is this truth, man. This wisdom, this knowledge and understanding, man. Yeah? It says, before, it says, behold, famine and plagues, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
So all these things is taking place right now. It's sent to basically punish our people and also the so-called white man and all these heathen nations.
Right, man. See? But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness. Now be always mindful of the scourges, man.
So all these things were taking place from the month of January start, 2020, up to this time, but people still now turn from the wickedness. Only the elect, yo, because I'm all about the elect, yo. People say my sheep hear my voice and follow me, and I know them. So only elect going to basically receive his truth, yo. You see, because we come straight from the scriptures. You see me? So we have basically what the voice of the day of the Lord has come to the scripture, yo. So only elect going to basically hear us, yo, and take heed to the word of the Heavenly Father, who basically bring out. And repent and turn back to Yahweh and shine.
Right, man. It says, behold, victual shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. See? And we can see all of that taking place right now. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
See? So let the people go there in all different styles.
Hey, because hey, we can see how stupid our people is, man. We can see how stupid Jake is. Then because in the middle of riot, you see what Jake mainly go for? Hey, some of them are go for the latest J's, Louis Vuitton, Gucci. Them Jake run for the rob clothes, big flat screen TV, man, and all them stuff, man. Hey, them leave us and make them get some food.
So that they're gonna get shoot down.
Yeah. They leave us and make them get some food, man. Yeah, because before all of this riot come, you'd have this whole coronavirus and pandemic thing that's been going on, man, and you hear a food shortage in America. See? And this riot start now. Hey, Jake get an opportunity to get some food, them start rob clothes.
Yeah, no, but I
See
feel
the mindset of our people, them stupid, man.
yeah, that is not the brother telling you that is not the brother telling you to go and rob food.
Yeah, we're not telling you to go and rob places, man. But we're just pointing out the stupidity of our people, man. See? Hey, if you're gonna do something, man, hey, do it for your right cause, man. See? Do it for your right cause, man. Because that a stupidness for you breaking into stores, vandalizing vehicles, you see, robbing gyms, stealing clothes and all that, man. What beneficial that I can bring to you, man? Yeah.
The governance our president
more reason to come to kill you, man. See?
So that I say all praises and honor to Yahweh Shai, and the blood and the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all our brothers and out there push us through. You know, continue to push us through because pretty soon we're going to leave this wicked society. Shalom.
Shalom.